Welcome. We are back and better than ever in episode 13 or 14. I don't even know anymore. I've already lost count. It's pretty sad. Of JD Rants. So I haven't done an episode in a long time for a lot of different reasons. One is I lost my webcam. It doesn't work anymore. And two, I got a new job, so I've been super busy. And three, sports went full woke, so I just couldn't handle that anymore. It was just so annoying. Every single commercial, every single commentator was just fully woke, and it was just annoying. I couldn't do it anymore. It was just truly annoying. Good cat. This is Ginger, by the way. If you guys don't know Ginger, she's a good cat. She is she's a nice little fatty. But basically, in this episode, I got three things for you. It's going to be a quick one because I'm slammed. I'm busy. I'm going to try to do more podcasts every week, get some guests on the show, talk about things that I want to talk about, and hopefully you like it. So the first thing I want to talk about today, oh, bye Ginger, is, so she must have sensed that I was getting ready to start. So the first thing I want to talk about today is that the NBA, it's kind of what I alluded to, the NBA lost $1.5 billion. Now, I did pay attention to the NBA for the most part, despite the fact that I wasn't really watching it on a nightly basis. I watched some games. I watched the good games that I thought would be really good. The Game 5, Game 6s. It wasn't a full-on boycott. It was more like okay, I'm going to turn off the sound when I do watch, and I'm not going to watch as many games as I would have watched when I was as passionate about the league as before. Because this is the thing, I'm a huge basketball fan. A lot of people know me on this channel. I'm a huge basketball fan. I love basketball, always have since I was a little kid. I've loved basketball. Basketball was always my favorite sport. Besides maybe like 1 or 2 years of my life where I was like really had a good team or something, like football, I had a good football team one year, I had a good baseball team one year. That was my favorite at the time. But overall, through the longevity of my life, basketball has been my favorite. And this makes me sad. It really does. And I blame LeBron James fully. I do. Because if LeBron James could just... everybody talks about my guy Donald Trump back there, my dude here. They talk about him all the time, like, oh, man, he needs to just get off Twitter, man. He needs to stop talking so much. Maybe I'd like him if you just wouldn't say so many things. Oh, yeah, man. But it's like LeBron... He says the most stupid shit that you could possibly say on his social media. And again, I'm not even on social media anymore. I'm completely, it's so boring to me. But excuse me. I have read some of his tweets. I've read some of his Instagram posts, and I'm just like, dude, this guy is you're not very smart. Like for a guy who is really is a basketball player, he's a genius. He's a basketball genius. He has instincts like none other. Arguably the greatest player of all time. Excuse me. Shit. Smoking too much. So my point is that, for a guy who's so intelligent, who has business savvy too, he's a business guy, he's an actor, he's all these things. He just doesn't, he doesn't spell correctly. He doesn't have right punctuation. You talk about Trump's tweets. LeBron James's tweets are just divisive as hell. He suggests on multiple occasions that just all white people and all white cops just are out there just murdering all black people. And it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd for anyone who lives in this country. It's absurd. It's like, that doesn't happen. I've never seen that happen once. I lived in West Chicago where the population was split 8 different ways. We had all types of different people. And it was fine. It was a nice town. I lived in a nice town. I've never seen anyone, and now again, I don't live in the hood. Maybe this happens in the hood. I don't know the deals down there. I'm not going to sit here, but you can't say. But here's the thing: if you're going to talk about just the hood, you have to talk about just the hood, right? If you're going to say, oh, well, these cops in Compton are doing X, Y, Z, and you have to be specific. You can't just say everyone around the whole country, all these white people are just killing these black people. That's not true. That's simply not true. Everyone knows that's not true. You know it's not true, but you're saying it to gain this sympathy point or something like that. I don't really know the scheme behind it. What LeBron was trying to get out of all this, what he was trying to do. I don't know if it's just he's getting into the political realm of it. He's trying to Colin Kaepernick his way into the liberal media. I don't know, and that's what they're going with, something that can be easily debunked by any FBI statistic or local crime statistics, or just simply looking at the papers. It's absolutely a huge deal when somebody is wrongfully killed. It's huge, not just because I think it's a huge deal morally. It's all over the news. I mean, when all these people like Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and I'm not going to sit here and go into specific, because there's different recollections of it with these people. Like, yes, Breonna Taylor, the cop was breaking the law, but she also had involvement with this person. Does that make it right for the cops to shoot her? Absolutely not. So there's like wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right. You know what I mean? There's so many things to consider. But what you see is, you see a 5-second clip, right? And some of these things are egregious by the police and by the other people, whoever they're quote unquote abusing. Sometimes you don't see the full picture when you see this 12-second clip and you made up your mind. And once you've made up your mind, you go on social media and tweet something really, really stupid and make everyone around you look stupid. And you wonder why people just tune out, because they're like, I'm not going to watch this idiot like play basketball anymore. If I don't respect you, how can I watch you play? Like, that's the thing. Like, it really does come down to respect. If you're going to sit here and accuse, quote unquote, like all white people of trying to kill all black people, we're going to lose people in general, not just white people. People who know the truth, people who care about the truth, are going to lose respect for people who just flagrantly lie to people. That's the problem. So, and that was the first pillar, I think. I think China definitely had a lot to do with it. So, the NBA, and this is another thing, and LeBron cannot be blamed for this, 100% at least. Not 100%. He can be blamed for enabling it, but he cannot be blamed for this completely. This is all Adam Silver's fault. So Daryl Morey, I did a video on this. I was highly upset. I wrote an article about it. I was highly upset. I was one of the reasons why I left a group of people that I was doing content with, because I was highly upset and they didn't share my my feelings about it. And that was definitely something that it's very polarizing. Hong Kong, the free Hong Kong, and the extradition bills and the 5 rights. I have a video about that. I might link it in the description below. It's just, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but that definitely cost the NBA a lot of money, because the NBA tried to play both sides of the fence. They tried to say, oh yeah, Chinese communism, yes, censorship, don't say that, you can't say free Hong Kong, you can't put it on your jersey, like, we're all about, like, censoring everybody. And then in America, they're like, they have, like, completely, mask off. They're like, oh, dude, guys, we don't care about that shit. We're just, these Chinese people are just getting their money. It's all good, man. Whatever, right? Well, pro-America, right? And we're all just like, you can't play both sides. You can't be pro-communist party and then pro-freedom, free market America. You can't. They're the antithesis of each other. They are completely contradictory of each other. And we see Disney doing the same thing. And we all know Disney, ESPN, all these people in the NBA, they're all kind of like, they're all like, all right, let's get money over here, let's get money over there, let's get money over here, and then we'll just, like, tell them whatever they want to hear. Doesn't matter. They're true salesmen. Disney does the same shit. Disney's a little bit more racist, though. Disney does it in a very racist way. Disney's like, we have Star Wars, and we have this black guy in Star Wars. And in America, they're like, yeah, dude, black guy in Star Wars, that's awesome, right? And everyone's like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't care. It's, we've had black people in Star Wars before. It's not a big deal. And then in China, they're like, no black people. No. We want Asian person. And they just get, like, they care about race way more than we do. Even though it's funny, because if you read any headline, you think of in America, like, oh, we're just racist, we care about race. Not if you actually live in reality. I don't give a fuck about race, I don't care. Like, I don't walk to the store and I see somebody of a different race and go, oh, stay away from me. Like, that's never happened. I've never seen anyone even do that. I've never met a racist in my life, besides people who are being racist towards me because I was white. I'm not even kidding. I wish I could say that wasn't true, but that is 100% factual. Like, the only time I've ever experienced racism at all, that I've ever seen anyone, and it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It definitely does. There are white people who are just flagrantly racist towards black people, and every other race is racist towards every other race in some way. But in my life, maybe it's because I live in Iowa and we're all nice around here, but in my life, and in Illinois and in Colorado, where all I lived, never experienced it. Never saw anyone be racist towards any black people. Never seen anyone be racist towards Mexican folks. I've never seen anyone be racist towards Asian folks. I have seen people be racist towards me because I'm white. But again, this is all lived experience. It's anecdotal evidence. So my point is that, like, Disney, China, the NBA, the woke left, all these people care so much about race. And I'm just trying to, like, can we just, like, stop? Can we just, like, play sports and watch movies, and the best actors and the best athletes are the ones that get into it? It doesn't matter what they look like, right? It doesn't matter what they look like. Can we not talk about this so much? Because I don't really care. Anthropologically speaking, like anyone who's taken Anthropology 101, you all know that we are under the exact same human genotype. We're the same phenotype, same genotype. We are, so like black and white folks, same. They have like very specific DNA differences, but those DNA differences are 99.99% the same. So it's just simply, oh, she's peeing. I didn't even know. Anyway, my cat's peeing. It's just it's very important that we understand, like, that we're all the same, and that individualism is way more important than tribalism, if you will, right? So, like, that's why I'm a John Locke liberal. I mean, honestly, I really am. Like, I'm a John Locke liberal because I believe that we have inalienable rights endowed to us by God. I really do. I do believe that. I don't think that a man and a woman, I don't think any human was meant to be ruled by a king. I don't think that tyrants should have control. And I think that it is the duty, and Thomas Jefferson, James Madison talked about this, it is the duty of every American to stomp out tyrants, to get rid of them. I hear a lot of people saying Trump's a tyrant and stuff like that. And I just would like to ask them two questions. One, what policy does he have? Go to magapill.com, which lists all his policies in plain form. Just tell me which policy is tyrannical. And also, tell me which policy, or tell me why Donald Trump is the only president in the last, 60 years that has not started a new war. Think about that. Every single president has started a new war or conflict. For like 60 years, maybe 70, if you consider World War II, even though I think we didn't start that war, we just got involved. So we've been in a war pretty much for 100 years. And Trump has ended almost 3. He's working on Afghanistan. He's almost ended 3 conflicts out of 4 that we were in when Obama took over. He's almost ended 3. He's ended 2 so far. He's almost ended 3. So how is he a tyrant? If anything, he's an isolationist, which that's what I am. How about you leave our country alone, and I'll leave your country alone, and we'll just kind of like live? Idea? Good idea? Anyway, I think so. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I'm not with the NBA. I'm not with Disney. I'm not with them double dipping. Oh, we're in America. Oh, we're in China. Oh, we have loyalty to both. No. That's like cheating on your spouse. It really is. But moving on. So that's enough about the NBA. This is the reason why they lost $1.5 million. They lost it both in China. They lost it in America. They lost it with betting. They lost it with ratings. They had the lowest ratings, so that means lower revenue. This means that I'm almost positive, unless they get fronted a bill from the CBA, or unless the CBA just says, well, we can't give you any increase, but we will give you the same amount. I think they will lose money. I think they will lose salary money. I think LeBron James, everyone will lose money here. They will. And if they won't lose money directly in their salary, they'll lose money from growth. So what they would have gotten, probably $50 million is the average max salary cap. If they had just kept going on the regular pace of that they were going on, where they had amazing ratings and everything was great, and they didn't care about politics very much, they probably wouldn't have lost so much. They probably wouldn't have lost me as many. Probably would have got more views from me. They probably would have gotten more views from you. And the thing is, the NBA playoffs was pretty good. It was pretty good. A lot of people were talking about asterisk and all this stuff. No, it was fair. It was a fair match. Everyone was on an even playing field. And no, it just wasn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't like the presentation just was not good. That's all. Look at the NFL. The NFL hasn't lost any ratings. It's because they don't spend, even though Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are idiots, they don't spend the whole broadcast going, all these white people are just killing all these black people, man. And then you look up the FBI statistics and you're like, well, that's weird because more black people have killed white people overall. And maybe those statistics aren't true, but you have to prove that. And again, you have to be specific. Oh, in this town, this person did this. You can't just say, all these people are doing all this stuff. Otherwise, I could say the same thing about anyone else. And it probably would be even more true. But it doesn't matter because that's generalization, that's blanketing things. You're not considering specific incidences, which makes all the difference. It really does. It always does. It always does. Details always matter. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing, details matter a lot. So, details matter so much. People try to, headline, hope the headline said what I wanted to. All right, I'm back to my whole life. No. Details matter tremendously. So anyway, I'm going to move on. That's all I had to say with the NBA. The NBA, they had a great bubble, but they lost so much money because they are stupid. End of discussion. They lost so much money because they're dumb. Sad, but it's true. Let's see. Where is it? Thought I had it open. Nope. There it is. So this, I don't put much weight into this at all. Oh, I could spend a whole thing talking about the crown illness. I could spend a whole video talking about, I might someday, about how it was just such a ridiculous thing that we had to go through. Nonsense. But here's what the live election forecast is, right? So, this is something I want to keep in mind. I want everyone to keep in mind. I think that's just silly. Like, look at this. This is just clownery. Like, and something I was I was watching. This is the election. Oh my God. So, something that was just clownery was, they say that, if all the Republicans vote, then Trump's going to win. Why would you register a Republican and not vote? Anyway, that's all I want. I was just like, these polls are just crap. They're just nonsense. And then quickly, before I take off, because I have to go already, I'm already getting called away, I want to do a quick Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1 review. I just wanted to say I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I love how action-packed it was. There was just like no. It really is a Western. It's a Western that takes place in the Star Wars universe. I love that. This guy is like freaking John Wayne, man. Din Djarin, John Wayne, bro. So, anyway, let me know what you think about The Mandalorian. I love The Mandalorian. I could talk about it all day, actually. I just love... I like Gina Carano and Pedro Pascal. I think they're really good at what they do. I like Jon Favreau's story design. I think he's really good at what he does. And Dave Filoni is obviously a good storyteller, always has been. This guy is pretty cool. I forgot his name. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good show. I enjoy it thoroughly. Anyway, let me know what you think about the NBA, the presidency, and the Mandalorian in the comments below. Sorry I couldn't get into more today. I'm planning on doing more. Like I said, I've been super busy, and hopefully that slows down a little bit, especially with the winter time coming. So, peace. I'll see you guys next time.